Hi, sixth graders. Welcome to makeup lesson number 20. Mr. Songer with you for this makeup lesson. For this makeup lesson, I need you to take some notes and turn in a written assignment for your makeup. Basically, I just need you to recap basically what I'm going to talk about here for the next 5 minutes or so. So, in our lessons, we are working on ensembles, and I want to talk a little bit about the importance of knowing your own part when playing an ensemble. Much like band music, your part is going to be different than a lot of the other parts in the band. The difference in an ensemble, in this case, is it's a smaller group of people, and many of the ensembles that we're in, that you're in, it's most likely a group that has just your instrument, but there's two or three different parts going on within your section. So you might be the only person on your part or one of two or three people on your part. So it makes it even more crucial that you know your part because you're one of the only people or maybe the only person with that certain part. So first thing I really want you to do is to work on your rhythm and understand your rhythm and make sure you're doing that correctly, because if you end up missing a rhythm, you're going to get a beat behind, a beat ahead, and then it messes up all the notes after that. As opposed to missing a fingering where you just miss that one note. So it's very important to know your rhythm. And if you're not sure how to figure out your rhythm, we do a lot of those rhythm studies at the back of our Accent Achievement book, and practice the counting exercises, the one and two and exercises. So those are some good things to do. Go back to that back of the book and see if you can figure those out. You can always ask. I'd be more than happy to sing a rhythm to you and help you out with that. And then just remember your rhythm chart that, in 4/4 time or 3/4, 2/4 time, whole note gets 4 counts, half note 2 counts, quarter note 1 count, eighth note half a count, 16th note 1/4 of a count, and then so on and so forth. The second thing that's really important to do when you're practicing your part, obviously, is to know your fingerings or slide positions or pitches. Um, it's very easy to check these things. Again, in the back of your Accent and Achievement book, there is a fingering chart, trombones, a slide position chart, percussion, a mallet chart to see where the notes are on your instrument and to make sure you're getting those correct. The third thing to do is to check your tempo, and usually at the beginning of the song there's a tempo indicated. So make sure you're going the slow, fast, medium, whatever the tempo is that's indicated. And it doesn't mean you have to practice a song that's fast very quickly. Sometimes it's good to slow down a fast song to learn the rhythms and your fingerings and then speed it up, but make sure you know what your goal is as far as a tempo. Next thing to check are if you have any repeats, DC or DS alfines or codas, any first, second endings, things that would affect knowing which direction to go in your form. Sometimes we know songs really well, but we miss repeats or we don't know where to go back to, and then that throws us off, and it can be a big mistake and cause all sorts of problems when you're trying to play with your ensemble. So make sure you're aware of those as well. Next thing to check out are your dynamics. If you have any dynamics, you want to make sure you play those correctly. Fortes, pianos, decrescendos, crescendos, anything like that. Add those in. Next thing is articulations. Those would be your slurs, your accents, your staccatos, marcatos, tenutos. Percussion, things like flams, drags, rolls, any of your rudiments. Make sure you're checking all that stuff out and trying to pay attention to that stuff as much as you can. So articulations. Another thing, any style terms. Recently we've been talking about style terms a little bit in band. Things like legato, smooth, marcato, march-like, dolce, sweetly, sostenuto, sustained, grazioso, gracefully. Terms like that. If you see a word you don't know what it means, just Google it, get online, figure out what it means. And then any other symbols you might see in your music, make sure you're paying attention to those things. I forgot one very important thing. Your key signature. Make sure you know your key signature, and that goes along with fingerings. But if you're not looking at your key signature, you might look up a fingering and look up the wrong one in the back of your book. So key signature, again, is how many flats or sharps you have at the beginning of the song. It's usually indicated at the beginning of every line of your song. So check that out. Remember your order of flats. If you have one flat, it's B. If you have two flats, B and E. Three flats, B, E, A. Four flats, B, E, A, D. and sharps. If you have one sharp, it's F. 2 is F and C. So take into account that key signature as well. Lots of stuff to look at in your music as you're preparing to play your ensemble with your group. So again, get together a written review of what I just talked about the last 5 minutes and turn that in. Thanks.